afternoon. I'm very proud being here today, and I'm sorry because I will be reading my text. In fact, I had this outstanding opportunity to go sailing around the world 4 times, solo. And of course, this cannot leave you as you were before, of course. And today I would like to share with you a few things she has taught me. And first of all, as a human being, if you want to win a race, or simply if you want to go somewhere and go there safely, then you have to cooperate with nature. It's more important at sea than anywhere else. Because nature is more powerful in the end than you, even with all the technologies we have nowadays on board. Why? Because you don't argue with nature. She's not friendly or not friendly. She's not with you or against you. Nature is the result of physical and chemical processes. Wind is produced by temperature, by pressure levels. Sea particles are pushed forward by wind. And even if you don't like it, the direction and force of the wind and of the sea are what they are. No negotiations. But you, as a human being, you can adapt to them. You can choose your boat. You can prepare her specifically. You can divert your course to avoid a storm. You can tack all day long to win against the wind, and at the end, to reach the point you wanted. So first quality is observation. Look around you, and not only at your computer. And if what you see disagrees with your computerized solution, then what you see is right. And by the way, seeing the changing colors of the sea and the shape of the clouds, the albatrosses, the marine mammals, is so astonishing and touching that they deserve your time. The second quality is to understand what's going on. Man has improved a lot since the beginning of sailing. From praying to gods and making sacrifices for good winds, or computerized and monitored meteorological previsions, we are getting better and better. It means that I have now better instruments to take better decisions. Evaluating when I should push forward or arch my back is a key factor to safety at sea. But the fact is that I'm always adapting my strategy to what nature offers to me. And sailing taught me that, to collaborate with nature, observing, understanding, and adapting. And I'm just a poor little thing, wandering in open seas. I'm not taming them. And if I'm aware and accurate, then I will reach the harbor. And in fact, it's really pure joy to feel that you are not fighting against nature, but uniting with her. And once I remember, it was an awful storm, and I was steering. And gradually, my breathing just synchronized with the waves. Inspiring when climbing the 10 to 15 meters high waves, holding my breath on the top, when you never know if you will be rolled over, and expiring when going safely down. And I can assure you that it helps. It helps to be more accurate in order to guide your boat at the best angle to stay safe. So don't shout against the waves. Just breathe with them. And when I come back to shore and I observe people and societies, I wonder why we are not applying this technique, observing, understanding, and adapting. Why do we want to change nature? To change, disturb, destroy the environment to reach our goals? Are these goals insane? Or are the methods insane? Why don't we understand that, in the end, the rules of nature will have the last word? And the second thing I learned at sea is about time. Because when you are sailing, there is no calendar, no Sundays or Mondays, no 2 a.m. or 4 p.m., even no days or nights. There is just the sea and the stream of its time. The time for a cloud to pass over you. The time for a storm to finish. The time for your boat to sail across oceans. And there is no way to accelerate that. And third time, sometimes you feel that time has stopped. You do not progress anymore on your course because there is no wind, or because the sea is too rough and you have to drift and wait for better conditions, or because the winds or the currents are too heavy in your face and you are just tacking and tacking for nothing. Your ETA doesn't even change slightly for hours or days. And this irritates people who are used to appointments and schedules. But sailors get used to this. We can have strategies to avoid these bad conditions, but sometimes we cannot. It's not resignation, but I would call the patience of the wilderness, forbearance, an unusual quality that consists in making your own way with bad situations you cannot avoid or change. And suddenly, because you are not anymore master of your time, which is a common goal and for our societies, then you feel free. And this dictatorship of schedules and appointments very often prevents us from enjoying the present. And at sea, sometimes, nature offers you this opportunity. Winds will turn and slow down, and you don't know when. Doesn't matter. Wait. Be ready to catch the slightest opportunities to go ahead, but more important, enjoy where you are and what you are doing. In such an experience, then you realize that nature's time is not human's time. This drop of sea has traveled for centuries before being there, under my hull. And I'm in a situation that has been created long before I decided to sail there, maybe before my birth. And the stars over my head are there since billions of years. And the nature that surrounds me is the same that Christopher Columbus saw 500 years ago at the same place. And the real time is that one. It's not the one I'm creating with my diary, which is in fact only spending time. So being aware of these so different scales of time and the fact that I do not have any control over them, it's not stressing. It's calming, even when racing. Coming back to nature's time, it's also realizing that we are only passing by on Earth. After me, there will be waves and winds, and the slow evolution of the world. And it gives all its meaning to the words, we don't own the planet. We are just borrowing it from future generations. And when I come back ashore and look at the people and societies, I wonder why we cannot understand that we are not living in a diary, in a schedule, and why we cannot understand that what we are doing to our planet, like modifying the climate or endangering species, will have consequences in years, in centuries, in millenniums to come. We should never forget to consider the impact of our actions in the long term, because that's the time of nature on our whole planet. We should also never forget to enjoy the present with people we love and things we do, instead of running after the time to do something else, because it's one of the secrets of happiness. Third thing that she taught me is solidarity. When you are alone for months, far away from any human being, then you discover what loneliness is really. Not having voices to answer yours, not having eyes to plunge yours into, not having a shoulder to cry on or someone to laugh with. More than any material aspects, you are missing the one you love, the ones that support you, even the ones you don't know, because they are humans. Humans are social animals. We are defined by what we share, rather than what we are. We could be very proud of going around the world alone, but it's nothing if no one knows it, if it's not important to someone else. You are sailing for yourself, of course, for your own pleasure, for your personal goals. But you are also sailing for them, the ones that are ashore, that are expecting you, sharing your happiness and difficulties. Your part in this great human game is to bring them questions, interests, discoveries, emotions, pride and impulses to their own lives. The others are your final goal. And when you are weak on your boat, at the mercy of the sea, when something goes wrong to you, or for your boat, only other sailors can help you. It is the first item in all the race regulations. There are international regulations. It is the art of seamanship to protect and rescue anybody at sea. And how many tremendous stories have been written thanks to that, despite nationalities, weather conditions, and across all the seas. People have been rescuing others. I've been myself on both sides. I've been looking for a fellow competitor in awful conditions, and I've been rescued in the deep Pacific Ocean by a huge network of support. And I can assure you that it's a wonderful sensation of pride to be part of humankind that is able to do so. And when I come back ashore and look at people and societies, I wonder why we are not able to extend to land what we are able to do at sea. Why are we able to leave people die, starving, or with no medical support, no clean water, no energy supply? And more than that, why aren't we able to live in harmony with nature, with plants and animals? We are living on for food, clothing, housing, mining, and so on. Nature is not only a struggle for survival. Nature is full of examples of essential cohesion between flowers and pollinating animals, or when rubbish of one species is resources for another. And that is how nature is organizing its resiliency. We are the only species to use nature without giving anything in return. Even worse, we destroy the environment and species we are living on. And if there is a last thing I would like to share with you today, it's this impression you have when you look at the back of your boat. There is only the wave that closes itself gently in the fog. Nothing stays behind you except your feelings, your accomplishments, the emotions you will share. You haven't disturbed anything. The sea is as beautiful and as powerful as before. That's what I would like to do in my life. No more harm than the wake fading, than the trail of a bird in the sky, than steps disappearing under the snow. Collaboration with nature, with its time and rules, strengthened by human solidarity of a crew, and navigate on the ocean of my life. Thank you.